Welcome everybody, this is Evelyn. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths first. Take a deep breath in. Another deep breath in. One more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for being here with me. I have 2 messages of the day of my 3-deck reads, and I have an abbreviated 7-deck read before the 7-deck read, so there's 2 of those as well. We'll start with the messages of the day from the Metatron deck, Nature's Whispers and Shaman Dreams. We're going to roll the die as well, so let's get going with that information. Today is the 17th of September 2022, and so the 17 of the star today adds up to the 32, which is the journeyman, bringing in the good news. And the 17 of the star of healing and dreams coming true, shining your light. For the twin flames, September 17th, 2022. We have the 8, the dance between the masculine and the feminine, the strength card, with strength within and without, as well as manifesting your dreams. And we also have the South Node in Scorpio, so letting go of those Scorpio-like traits that no longer serve you, and then the Libra energy of balance, truth and justice and alignment, and kind of like the mediator in the middle of the 8, you know, going back and forth between, and again in the middle, letting go of the things that no longer serve you. The dance of the purge in order to balance. So this first one was done yesterday. This is my 3-deck read. We have the Metatron deck on the top, then Nature's Whispers and Shaman Dreams down below. I'm going to pull it in a bit so you can see them close up, but this is the underlying energy, the cards as they came out, and then an amount of cards I had to count at the end. I usually have a pile or 1 card sometimes. To do at the end. So let's see here. Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and Shaman Dreams. All right, so this first read was done at 11:17 to 20 yesterday morning. The 17 of the star again, which today is the 17. Yesterday when I did this was the 16, so also we had the Tower energy going on with the 31-4, which is the 5 of Wands. So group events, conflicts perhaps, or the pursuit of happiness, sports, and Tower events yesterday, going into the star energy of healing and dreams coming true today, along with the journey and the good news coming in. So the 20 also with judgment, and the 11 of justice, truth, and balance and alignment. And the 3 piles that came up were 11, 1, and 3. So justice of the magician and the empress, the divine masculine and third party, or Libra, Gemini, or Twin, and Taurus with truth and balance, alignment with magical abundance. At 11:27, which is justice in the 27 of the Ace of Wands, that passion, new passion offered, or growth, or creativity. The 43 of healing in the underlying energy, along with the 38 of the acceptance of love, and the 29 of the horned cactus. Coming together in a celebration perhaps with the Queen of Cups and the horned cactus, present with gifts and resourcefulness. At 11:33 of justice and that Christ vibration, which is also the 7 of Wands, of standing up for yourself without getting triggered. The 29 of the 3 of Wands and the blue Madonna with serious alignment, that mother energy with gifts. And the 39 of the green emerald heart or the 39 and 29 numbers who came up together here, of blue and green, the blue-green mother's heart healing, the mother and healer, double diamond 28 twin flames, untying the knots in the electromagnetic grid, the 11 of justice aligning with the wake-up call, to listen and take note and pause to receive healing, with the 43 of coming together, the joy of coming together and receiving help, rainbow support. Again, the wind beneath your wings coming up as the lungs supporting your literal wings, to make sure to breathe in very deeply every day to oxygenate your whole body and bring that purity up to the ethers, right? To bring the ether into your plasma blood. The one of the clarity of showering in diamond light to see the shadow and what needs to be cleared out. Healing of others and then clearing yourself. The 54 of the Page of Swords with the message of higher realms and magic. With Mercury, I was just getting as the name of the game. With Gemini and Virgo of the twins, the lilac twins of purification. On cloud 9, 0 point field, stepping up to the plate to hit it out of the park. The rocket to the castle in a cloud, with sine wave trail to follow. The high vibe of magic and the 32 of the journey and the orange to gold, the orangutan to the ancient one, perpetually cracking open the eggs. The id to the I divine, journey between worlds. The 55 of the shaman's truth at the root, offering the flute, or to share puff, the magic drag on. The pipes and TPs. You know the TP drill. Stopping the car in the middle of the road to get out and run around or put paper all over houses, or suddenly open a book to a random page. So then I was called to open up a random page from Edgar Cayce. I have 2 Edgar Cayce books. So from the first one at 1147 of Justice and Synchronicities, of the 4 to 7, which is also the sweet spot in numbers, airing to the side of the light of 4 to 7, but also the 4 of the heart chakra to the 7 of the crown chakra. So Edgar Cayce on reincarnation, the book that's by Noel Langley and edited by Hugh Lynn Cayce. So I opened to page 95, which was the first page of chapter 7. And it was titled Life Readings for Children. Children were drawn to him instinctively, a quote from that first page, as a photographer and a Sunday school teacher whose students kept in touch with him long afterward. Then the other book from Edgar Cayce, companion book by Ernest Frieger, this one opened to page 88, The Twin Flame Dance. And this was thought project, a projection, thought projection. So fear with a mental aberration, or to stray, wander, or some kind of disorder. Fear with a mental aberration always creates activity in the minds of those feared. So your ruminating creates fear in the minds of those feared. Disincarnate entities may influence the thought of an entity or a mind. Set a time, and each at that moment put down what the other is doing for 20 days, and ye will find that you have the key to telepathy. No one can tell another exactly what he thinks, though within vibrations may be felt. So again, he's giving you an exercise to do to practice your telepathy of 2 people to set a time each day to let each other know at that moment what the other was doing for 20 days, so that you get used to the messages that are true for you, what are random thoughts, and what's actually the message coming through. So at 12:01 to 2, which is the Magician and the High Priestess, and the 12 of Hanging Out, the 52 of the Queen of Swords with priorities, building blocks, the Womb, rainbow triangle of trying new angles, and the wings that protect it, the wind beneath your wings. And then I was getting the thymus gland and the Tarzan thing. That's one of the thumps in energy medicine. thumps of the I'm blanking out on the gland right above the thymus gland, the WAITE gland. I'm just blanking out on the word. But anyway, the thumps in energy medicine are the thymus thump, which is 2 inches below. The notch is just below your collar. Your collarbone bones, if you feel those 2 bones in the middle, just below that is the 2 notches that you tap in order to regulate the energy there. And then the Tarzan is the thymus, 2 inches below that on the chest, right? That Tarzan goes, ah, to energize yourself. And then under your breasts in the ribs is the energy, or the third area that you thump on, which is the adrenal glands. So the Tarzan one was coming up here, again, to bring in that breath and take a few deep breaths with that Tarzan tapping, right? You can do the ah if you'd like. With 13 of transition to breathe in your lungs, the air to fly free as the sunlight breaks through the water in the air, allowing you to breathe the rainbow, the ether plasma. Breathing deeply, quote unquote, charges your blood plasma to take you higher. The Queen of Swords, Big Bird, transition to I God. So Big Bird is the capital B, which is also 13, which is the death card of transition. So Big is the 13 or death IG, transition to I God, or transition to I path of bird. And then I was getting God's path home to Om, and right there I got huge connection at 1209, which is hanging out with the 9, which is compassion and endings, and also the Hermit of the One and the All. God's path home to Om, the 48 of the 8 of Cups walking away and within, and the symbol of the Om is the 30 with the crown above it, was coming up as it and reflecting against itself, which comes up in 2 ways, because it's like when you reflect the 30 and the 30 with the crown above it, it reflects the same kind of energy as the double diamond star that I've shown you, right? Of the 2 vertical and horizontal pillars that you are coming together and then creating the bigger one in the middle. And then when you make the 30 and 30 reflecting the other way, it's actually 2 halves, the E and the 3, which come together to make the 8 in the middle with 2 zeros on the outside, which comes together of 2 diamonds in an arc or a suspension bridge as opposed to the arc that goes up, and then 080, which is the energy infinity, and 2 humans embodying source energy, and the dance between of the double diamonds. So it comes up as the 30 coming up both ways as this, and then also, which creates that symbol that I've showed you before of the rolling stone, right? Where you have the like smile, the arcs, either way, like the trees reflecting each other with the horizon line across, and then the vertical pillar here. And then if you put the 3s the other way, the 2 3s, or the 3 and the E come together to make the 8 with the 2 zeros around, and again with the crown above it, creates this little arc with the double diamonds here above the 080, or the infinity symbol that connects you when you connect as twin flames, and the zeros then being 2 humans embodying source connected to the infinity in the vertical pillar to the double diamonds, the double diamond crown. And again, the Star of Bethlehem is coming up again, as well as Bethlehem is the house of God, and L'chaim was coming up with that to life. So walking away and within with the Om, and then the reflection of Om, which is Mo, Omo, and then it's actually spelled A-U-M, so it's A-U-M-M-U-A, is Omwa, or Umu, or Uma. But it's very much the energy of home and mother coming together. The 11 of justice then of cards came out, 11 cards, with alignment, balance, truth, and justice. And the vision, which vision broken down is the energy or power connection of 2 vertical pillars or arcs side by side with space between, 2 by 2s on an arc, no ahs about it. The 5 then card of speak your message. Find your mouthpiece, as my throat's choking up a little bit here. Reed, bamboo, shell. The 41, again, all regarding instruments. The 41 of the Ace of Cups of the pink willows with the 2 L's in the middle of wi and O's, reflecting compassion. The will and ows, or will and lows, to use ill, or low to use. Together in self-love, spiritual love and new love. The 37 of the King of Cups, to look up at the sunrise, to detach from drama, which is Dr. Ama, a mother. The 53 of the Knight of Swords, with the key to the root. And the King of Cups, the family together as the grandchildren trickle down the pieces of you back together again. So it's like putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. The 36 of the Atlas energy of the inner child, to hear and know me in the weight of the world that I carry. And then the 44, another kind of Atlas of the social worker, to be lighter as the beacon and shine on. 44 is the master's number as well, and the 19 of the sun and the fire dragon's strength. The dragon's breath, which is ether, of sharp light, ash. Puff the magic, drag on, breathe in, breathe the rainbow. The sun's light breaking across the humidity as waves break on the beach. So again, the humidity is water in the air. So the sun's light making that rainbow bridge, through the water, which is crystal, creating the rainbow, just like the waves break on the beach. At 1226 of the Hanging Man and the Page of Wands, the Lion's Heart, the 34 of the 8 of Wands, an energetic exchange with the ancestors, arcing in appreciation and healing to Indigo Child, connecting with their star, their sun, the 21, their world of wholeness, the twin keys of Twinkle, Twinkle, which is twin keys, little stars that you are. 2 stars in 1, shining brighter than all. The 17 of conquering your fears in order to heal and dream. Faith and patience one step at a time. With the 3, with Mother Terra of creation, expanding your life in collective awakening. At 1229, hanging out, being present in the moment with your gifts. You are her mouthpiece, right? The planet's awakening. You are her mouthpiece, just like an instrument would be your mouthpiece, or a platform would be your mouthpiece. The mall was just coming up, but that's also coming up as the M and the all, the mother and the all. The LL, the 2 capital L's together are the 2 right angles which create the Holy Grail. And the capital A is the masculine penis or rocket energy. So again, referencing the womb and the penis and the creation of the mountain or the mother. The underlying energy here of 502, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, or the High Priest and the High Priestess, the underlying energy of the 22 Fool's Journey with an open heart and that leap of faith on the tightrope with a net that nobody can see. Loving self by service to others, the Octopus Teacher, or October's opus, and a little seahorse, the 24 of the Queen of Wands, to be your best self always, riding now the grown seahorse, now wild and free, very uncomfortable, or no, very comfortable actually in your emotions as this Pisces energy. The divine feminine high priestess, an illumination of the butterfly world in the air as opposed to underwater, in traveling as the daughter to her independence after she's gotten very comfortable with her own emotions under the water, now comes out of the water to fly free with the 36 of Atlas and the intuition of the intuit connection, the twin towers of you and I, or the twins at the North Pole, the intuits. The Atlas twin towers of you and I connection, the North Pole intuit people, having the responsibility to light up, to be lighter, in the water with brain on fire all at the same time. right? Because the air lights the fire, but yet being balanced within your emotions at the same time. At 5:09 is the Hierophant and the 9 of the Hermit, the 38 of the Queen of Cups, with acceptance of love as the tree bends toward the vines who are then wrapping around him. Self-love of all that you are, with the Queen of Wands, High Priestess, and Atlas, and the Queen of Cups. The first card out here is the 17 of dreams and healing and infinite blessings spreading around the world in a winter wonderland. The 45 of the Emperor, the empowerment to purge and find calmer waters through that, with the 16 of sudden inner truths, what lies beneath the tower itself at the root. Airy fairy, and then immersed in water and deep, with sudden events of bubbling up from within. The 43 of coming together regarding love matters, bird in hand, as the bird ships come in to land after the old ship takes off. Grounding in the fall, coming together in joy in a very earthy way. Then there's only one card that came up here, the journey to dreams through the purge and sudden events, and then reunion of the ship within, a ship disguised. So there's a ship within, a ship disguised as something else, right, in order to open up and reveal the ship within. With one card here of 49, the new beginning of self-satisfaction and how to heighten your vitality, perhaps doing your hair with natural materials. At 5:20 is the Hierophant and the 20 of Judgment. The 51 of the King of Swords, and meditating on the bridge under the stars with limitless possibilities after the 3 of benefactors of grace and generosity, the King and their muse, with a higher love, drifting and experiencing life as it comes. The 44 of the perfect storm and the courage to step into life, the ravenous show-off diving and rising to and from the eagle's nest, a vortex within, learning how to receive love from other parts of yourself and the extensions of yourself, which are your kids and your grandkids. The 28 of the twin flames, masters of the hollow bone, the becoming humble to receive channeling of God's love, like the perpetual student, and the capital G is the perpetually cracking open of the egg or the egg head. Rocky and Bullwinkle, the bull's wind key, a bit rocky, as 29, the horned cactus, is present with gifts, and resourceful, but naturally protected as well, green and juicy inside. At 5:27, the Hierophant and their passion, the silenced horned, communication class, the horn of Mr. Ed, who's actually a unicorn, but you can't see his horn in the 3D, the education about the horn, H-O-R, the whore, and the N, lowercase n for me, is Jesus, on the whispering bench of ACT, not 1, 2, or 3, but not act 1, 2, or 3, but act US, or us. The alternating currents of time out with us. Also California and Canada were coming up here. And the whispering bench ties. And the tuss, which means to frighten, cough, but also is a felt tip pen and ink, indigo ink. And flourishing by drinking to somebody's health. The large end of the stick, the pinfall, the tuft, the tooth, to show, and 0. California or Canada, and the whispering bench 0. Not a windfall, but a pinfall, which was bringing up my pin diagram, which you can check that out on my Instagram page, but I've discussed it many times. I have it on video on YouTube as well. I walk slowly. I learn to walk. I poop. I fire, to frighten the crap out of myself. I walk slowly with a big stick, the cactus, the moose and cactus, flesh and bones. One is the root structure, the other is the finished product, the 28 and the 29. At 5:37 is the Hierophant and the King of Cups, The 27 of Ace of Wands in the heart home of compassion, inspired by the easy path connection. The 6 of love, family, community, the lovers, the family and the cosmic womb of the divine feminine. The heart womb, the Holy Grail, is the cup of the womb connected to the heart, inspired by love and creation. The 38 of the Queen of Cups and the many masks of her authentic self. The 64 of the Woodwives, who are adaptable, the extensions of the trunk of the tree that are very comfortable, allowing them to be the center and giving them space all the way around, kind of like the electrons going around the center. The 31 in the hand of chaos of light and the golden heart in the hand, her heart in his hand, where the universe is then your partner. With the 3 cards coming up there of the Empress and Abundance, all green cards here of 26, 24, and 57, which equals 107. The Page of Wands, the Lion's Heart, gathering around of the power of community. The 24 of the Queen of Wands and Omega, and the galactic mushroom in divine matrix, like the E.T. Drive-In Theater, who's watching us from outside of our planet. The 24 of the Queen of Wands, the mother nut, and the 26 Page of Wands, the little nuts around that don't fall far from the tree, and the galactic mother and unmarked trail of the labyrinth and the pressure in Revelations. The coal getting screwed to become that diamond, the 2 almonds, or 2 all worlds, the GGU, the power of the revelation in Metatron's cube, the Merkaba and the hexagon, the 6 sides and a cube, 8 points of the Merkaba star, and 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? At 549, the Hierophant and Getting Your Wish. The word GGU came up with the 2 German dots above the U, which means Gegenuber. It's Gegeriuber, which means opposite or on the opposite side or vis-a-vis in dealings with. GGU is also the Golden Gate University. It is in San Francisco, but it's coming up as our Golden Gate University. Also, Georgia Global Utilities, the Golden Gate University, which is the U with the 2 dots over it, which is a happy face. So it's the Golden Gate happy face. The 66 of the GG, which is the 2 spirals, but also the Queen of Pentacles and the happy face. The Queen of Pentacles of 33 plus 33, the 2 Christ vibrations that equal the 66, where the pentacle, what it actually means, pentacle, is hangs from neck. The talisman or pentagon disc, or the Merkaba 6-pointed star. The grand pentacle to Solomon came up with Jallah, Jehovah, Emmanuel. The tetragrammaton was all written on this talisman. And then the cross, I want to say the Celtic cross with the ends on each end. The Messiah, Arphaton, Arias Bona, Origion, or Origion, Agla, Eloin, Adonai, Jessamona, or Jessamom, it's like Jesse and then mom, and then Aglakv, and then a symbol I don't know, it's like an L with a cross, that cross on it, the Celtic cross on it, capital L with a Celtic cross at the top, an X, and then PUS with a line above that. The Magician's Pentacle, the first pentacle of the moon, the only one of 44 pentacles, is the key of Solomon that is not disc-shaped. So that was coming up for that. And remember, the 33 comes up as the divine masculine Christ energy that comes back to bring the parts of the feminine back to her, to bring her back to her true self, to get from the 33 to the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles to the 99 of the compassion of the 2. And then what came up on the headers here was the Alaska storm that could bring the worst coastal flooding in 50 years. Typhoon Merbok moves toward the Burning Sea region, and that was Friday. And again, the energy of healing, the 38 and the 29, which is the Queen of Cups, and the being present in the moment with your gifts. But for me, it was also coming up because Evelyn vibrates to 29, and 38 is my soul number. So it was like me, my name, I call myself. So again, making peace with your own name, your soul making peace with your name, kind of like your higher self making peace with your ego self. Then 640 is the Lovers and the Page of Cups of that innocent love. I do have a message of the day from my 4-deck read, but I'm going to do that last. We'll see if we have time. I'm going to show you my second 3-deck read here before I get to the 7-deck reads. All right, so this is the second one. It's set up exactly the same way. It's 31 minutes exactly. Okay, so set up the same way, just different cards. And I'm going to bring it in again closer so you can see the pictures better. Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and Shaman Dreams at the bottom. This one was done during today's date. It was very early, last night actually, but today. The 3 decks at the 3 piles at the end that came up for me to count were 13, 7, and 9, which equal 29. So there's that 29 again of the 3 of Wands. The transition of the Chariot to the Hermit, to the pot of gold, the gift. The underlying, and that started at 12:33, which is Christ on the cross, literally. At 12:36 is the hanging out of Atlas, the underlying energy of the 24 of Orange, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Omega of the Horseshoe. The 3 of celebrating your differences, the 3 of the Empress and the Abundance, and coming together, and the 46 of the children loving each other, and the Root Girl having disowned herself. The Queen of Wands and the Root Girl celebrating their differences of connection and disowned self, which in the twin case is disowning the other because you are each other. The 51 of the King of Swords in energetic exchange with ancestors to the 44, which is that energy of being the beacon, to be lighter as that social worker type of energy of learning how to receive love. On the 14 path with boundaries and higher love with sudden gold, and the 31 of transformation with the Queen of Wands 24 releasing the energy upward. At 12:43, hanging out and coming together in joy of Metatron's cubits and the Q's or the Queen's chambers, 11 in the pyramids. So the Queen's chambers are 11 cubits. And the cubit is the superposition of 2 states as well. The 18 of the Mother Earth's grounding and support of the daughter leading the way, which is also the core of the planet, the womb and the heart. The daughter then leaves to become the moon, independent from the mother, leading the way in the dance with flame in hand. The Chariot Dolphin, Lemuria energy of the Chariot and Cancer, and the Dragon Fire of Leo and Atlantean energy with the bird or signs and synchronicities of the family between as the 50, the emotional fulfillment or the unhappiness of the family, and Archangel Sandalphon 22 on the journey to the open heart and to leap to the High Priestess number 2 Divine Feminine in that purple moon 18 of Kai. The 11 cards here is the Justice again of truth and balance and justice, alignment. The first card out of the 5 of the Hierophant, to speak and be heard, and the Indigo 21, who's now free and whole. The 30 of the House in Union, the Silver Warrior of light, appearing out of nowhere. The 46 of the Authentic Self, who are you today? The 33 of the Christ vibration and standing up for yourself. To go across that 4D bridge, the invitation's always open in the dimensional gateway. You are always invited. The 20 of the wake-up call, the cosmos mirrors that wake-up call, and the 23 of the King of Wands, who's off balance in duality, as the 39 Knight of Cups, who's doing their green heart healing thing, the 47 of the 4 to 7, blessings and thanks and synchronicities, and the 48 of walking away and within to the void, to retreat to the 40 of innocent heart, the evolution of birthing the new, the Page of Cups of yellow and 1, the magic of joy and happiness, and the 9 of the Hermit, taking action where movement is needed. At 113, the Magician and transition, the underlying energy of the 33, to stand up and be gentle with yourself. The 44 then, as we are 3344, which is my business name, Twin Flames 3344, to stand up and be gentle with yourself, and then seek beauty in yourself in 11 candles, with Dear One seeking your attention. Venusian energies here of Venus, and the 28 of the Twin Flames of the bountiful harvest, preparing the ethers, and the 31 to be spontaneous in reaching out in chaos, with the 3 of the Mother and abundance, and celebrating differences of the Unicorn Mother and the Dolphin Daughter, of the birds and the flying fish. At 117 of the Magician and dreams coming true, and the 18 again of the purple moon and the 0 point field and the Chai sign of life. New experience and possibilities of all of me, the bouquet of your life, so to speak. The 39 of the Knight of Cups, with clear endeavors of winter blanket, of the Empress and the Knight of Cups and the purple moon, of winter and spring, and the 22 of the Fool's Journey, of that leap of faith, the 7 cards here of the Chariot and how to ascend, the feminine within the masculine, the 5 of clearing out the old in order to free oneself, the 45 of the empowerment to purge to peace, the 16 of sudden inner truths and epiphanies, 32 to trust your own understanding of your journey, even if it's different from others, the 7 of the little Chariot, creating ripples to create positive emotions amidst the ancient ones, with 13 of transition and the renewal of peace, the 34 of the energetic exchange of vulnerability and growing up in a dream. Seeing leaves, but now those leaves are something that you're floating in, down the river like a waterbed or a waterfall. At 131 of the Magician and that chaos of the underlying energy of the 44, the perfect storm between the raven peacock and the eye of the eagle, the 18 to the 55, the farther gate, the purple moon to that farther gate, the truth of 2 gates and 2 suns, of 44 and 55, the next cards, with space between. The ravenous show-off meets the eagle oracle at the farther gate. You must let the first gate close, just like entering the bank, before you're able to enter fully, right? You can't still be holding on to the old and connect to the new. You have to be completely disconnected from the old in order to open the next door. The 20 of the Feast of Plenty, the 2 swords in 1, the crystal ball, 2 swords in 1 crystal ball, the 11 of the deep quiet of meditation and stillness, to align with the 46 of the root girl and the disowned self of the divine masculine, him disowning his divine feminine self. The 56 of the wall, seeing out from within that all the world's a stage, but you are at the movies. It's not live. It's Memorex. 35 of the wounded warrior who lost their way, where it's 11 to 11 in the 11th hour, and the need to discern. The 7 of the Chariot, and the covenant unwritten. Supposed to know. You don't need it to be written. The 9 cards of the Hermit and compassion, and the 43 of joy and the overflow of the 4 of the cat ER pillar, or the caterpillar. The Emperor's unraveling, the fat cat, the 54 of the Page of Swords, of Mercury making the crossing, the initiation of the twins' purification, to the 50 of the 10 of Cups, that happy family, that ultimate emotional fulfillment, the spirit of the river, and the moment to adventure, the movement towards adventure, the 41 of self-love, spiritual love and new love, and the moon maiden, no longer the maid of the sea, with new beginnings, 63 of the winter's dream and gestation like a pregnancy, And then the 4 to 7, which is the 4 to 7. Notice 63 is 3 to 6. And then the 4 to 7 of the heart to the crown. The sky bridge possibility for union. 6 to 3 and then 4 to 7. And then, can you believe it, the next card was 58 or 5 to 8. So we have 3 to 6, or actually 6 back down to 3, then climbing back up 4 to 7, and then 5 to 8, which the 5 and 8 are considered greased lightning together, right? Because if 4 to 7 is the sweet spot, then 5 to 8 is like you're flying. The 4 of Swords, the vanishing mirror in the 5D connection, and the 45 purge to repair and forgive, to bind the story, to weave the binding back together, but not in a knot, but with a bow. And that ended at 144, my loves. So now we go back to the 7-deck reads on the table. All right, so this first one I don't have on the table. This was an abbreviated read, so it was just the SIRIAN Starseed deck along with the mini deck for the Rider-Waite. Okay, so this is that read, the first one, and it's 41 minutes, 14. Excuse me. All right, so this first read was cut and dealt at 3:45, so that's 345, which is the 3D, 4D, 5D. And then at 4 o'clock on the dot is double zeros backing up the 4 of source embodiment, backing up the stability of the 4 or the Emperor. And we had the Ascension card as the main major arcana of the read, which is the World. Before the read was the Alchemy card and Guidance, which is Temperance and the Empress. The World is the main energy from the main part of the read, and then after the read, Starseed or the Fool, and Justice and Strength all came up. There were 5 swords, 1 pentacle, 1 cup, and 3 wands, which is 51 and 13 of the King of Swords and transitioning. But the 11's also in there between the 5 and the 3 of the Hierophant and the Empress. We had triple 3s, 2 5s, 2 2s. So the 22 of the Fool's Journey, the triple 3s of the 369, of the Tesla energy, the 333 Trinity, and then we also have the 55 of the Truth, Excalibur, the 12 of the Hanging Man, 23 of the King of Wands, 35 of the 8 of Wands, 35 is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and 34 is the 8 of Wands, 45 of the 5 of Cups, 56 of the 2 of Swords, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the Humble Loyal Servant, 78 of the end of the deck, which is the 10 of Pentacles and that dream family of heaven on earth, and then 810 of 0 backing up the 81 of the end of karma around the world. The code line had no numerology card there, but it was all about the number 64 from 32, 27, and 5, which is the ending of pain around the world. And the messages came up like this. The first thing I got from the first 4 letters was it's all Greek to me. So Greek was coming up, which is also interesting because what I watched last night, their partner was Greek. That was coming up. And there's something about Greek. Oh yeah, Riayan Papuli came up today. We had a housewarming party today at my nephew's house. So what they were calling the grandparents was coming up, and my parents had chosen to, or their parents had chosen to be called Yayan Papuli. So a lot of Greek stuff coming up. It's all Greek to me. And again, a lot of our history, our stories start with the Greeks. The energy of it's all Greek to me, the key to alternating currents, to air conditioning, right? The one of the mind, right? The intellectual, the philosophers perhaps. Sorry about that. Also before meals comes up, the whispering bench divided in half, and I was just getting a house divided. The crazy whole Empress, I speak abundance, to bridge on the high road, and I was just getting in Sex and the City when they met in the middle of the Brooklyn Bridge, to bridge on the high road, in the Divine Feminine's heart, whole, full, and complete. I am still, I am quiet, the armor only thigh highs, with goatskin as the journeyman is off to the right, taking the high road to off the left. Divine Feminine's heart, who's charged the high road now, or she's changed the high road, right? So right where the masculine is able to meet her where she has now made it even higher. The road is now open-ended. The height of the goat climbing the mountain, twin right to high road, twin left. The Divine Feminine's heart to change direction, or made the high road even higher now, right? So right when the masculine feels like he's caught up, all of a sudden it's higher now, and they have to keep going. The key ace, or one, the symbol of gamma, which is like, looks like it looks like an upside down L, or a key for me. It looks like an R, but a capital lowercase r, right? It's just one line up and one line across the top to the right. So that's the capital gamma. The lowercase gamma is like a Y, which it's reversed. So the gamma symbol is coming up with the reversed alpha C epsilon energy coming up. So again, the Greek letters were coming up. Alpha and then C, but a squared C, like a staple shape, and epsilon. C squares were coming up. The concise spatial query and a representational system, or the concise spatial query and I don't know if it's representation or something else system, but you can look that up. It's literally C, the letter C dash squares, and that's the acronym for that title. Discrete global grid at the hierarchical set of resolution steps by progressing, subdividing 10 by 10 degrees world heterological organization squares, developed by Tony Rees, which is really funny because I grew up next to a Tony Rees, in Australia. The CSIRO Marine Research is where that was from. But again, all the Greek symbols were coming up here. And that the lowercase phi actually looks like a capital Q, which is what I always draw, like, because the pi is the circle with a line down the middle, but staying within the lines. But the phi is the circle going outside the lines. It's like that quantum leap outside. And then the lowercase phi actually looks like the capital Q, which resonates with what I always get. The silent reflection of gamma in alternating currents with alpha. And then alpha seafood and sea motorhomes were coming up. Alpha C, which equals carbon, the first carbon atom attaches to a functional group such as carbon YL or Ca. C is alpha, so C and then ISALPHE, like is alpha, and then there's two parentheses right there. In C programming, it function checks if a character is in an alphabet or not. Like, is it part of our language or not? The key to alpha carbon and epsilon, the axial tilt and delta boundary. The change or delta boundary is the degree alpha human can step off the edge. 3, 2, and then it's kind of like that one jump, that leap of faith of the fool. Perhaps they fell off balance before 1, right? In the 3, 2, 1 jump. But before they were able to hit that one jump, they fell off balance. The key ace, the 1, the high road, is what you do when you fall. The 2 and then the 7 to regain the balance again. So instead of going 3, 2, 1, you fell at 2. So then you have to go to 7 in order to regain your balance again, and finding a car to use instead of horseback or walking. Taking the chariot of Christ-like change, the delta of the high road, in limbo, the space between, the matching bookends, like Patty Duke. The Greek fool, and Aphrodite, Venus, and Aprilis of April Fool's Day, that all began with the Greeks. If it rains on April Fools, the water that rains is supposed to have special healing powers. The key lead fool of taking the high road in energetic exchange of the 3, the Trinity, the 2 plus 2, bridging and reaping expansion and romance, having crossed Paris and accepted Aphrodite's gift and awarded an apple to her for that. And again, that had to do with Helen of Troy, the most beautiful, who was given to Paris so that Aphrodite could be the most beautiful, and which all started the Trojan War. In the romance, having crossed to the other side. So Aphrodite, cast a spell so that Helen would fall in love with Paris. So she went willing with Paris over to Troy. And then, of course, the Greeks had to get her back because they can't have that. And so that started that Trojan War, and all about the horse getting in there by tricking them, by giving them a present or gift. So Venus gave to Paris, remember Aphrodite is Venus, gave to Paris him what did not belong to her, which was Helen of Sparta, and caused the Trojan War. And then the bridge Pont Alexandre 3 came up in Paris, that beautiful golden bridge. At the 1900 World's Fair, the Art Nouveau, links Les Invalides and the Eiffel Tower on one side, the site of Napoleon's tomb, and on the left bank with Champs-Élysées on the right, crossing on foot to open-air museum. 4 pillars counterweight the bridge's arch without obstructing the beautiful view. On each base, a sculpture of French eras, King Charlemagne, the Renaissance, King Louis XIV, who built Versailles, and then the modern times, each bringing the winged horse Pegasus to their heel, which again, Andromeda and Pegasus are connected by a star. They can never be separated. Now remember, that bridge is named after Alexander III, who's Russian, the diplomatic relationship between France and Russia, where his son Nicholas II laid the foundation of stone in October of 1896 for that bridge. So Helen, the daughter of Tyndareus, the king of Sparta, and mother Leda, who had been raped or seduced by Zeus in the form of a swan. Okay, so Leda, the mother of Helen, who they're not sure if she's actually the king's daughter or Zeus's daughter, because he raped her mother. But Leda had 4 kids. She had 2 sets of twins, 2 pairs of twins, and not sure which one was fathered by Zeus or the real father, Tyndareus. So usually Helen is labeled as Zeus's daughter, right? The daughter of the rape. So her father chose Menelaus for her with wealth and power. He inherited the Spartan throne from the father, with Helen as queen, when her brothers, who are Castor and Pollux, which are those 2 stars around the twins, became gods. Paris got Cupid to shoot their arrow into Helen to fall in love with him, as promised by Venus or Aphrodite, and then took back to Troy. And now her twin sister also was married off as well. So Leda is the common thread, the mother. She's the bridge between the 2 sets of twins by 2 different fathers. The swan, Zeus, raped by swan Zeus, which again is represented by this Paris bridge, where Helen went with Paris and then stolen back by the Trojan horse and Pegasus. There's that representation of Pegasus coming back to save her. The playing of the game and then changing the rules. April Fools, which they loved to play back then. The playing of the game and then the changing of the rules, which was just saying about the feminine, right? Getting up to this point where the masculine then catches up, and then changing the game where then it has to be even higher in order to meet up. The underlying energy of clarity of reunion, needing courage to find worthiness in the wake of justice. The Four of Swords upright and the King of Pentacles upright, losing patience or their temper, the fallen angel, dumping a load, responsibilities or burdens, or the weight of the world. The wounded warrior, with or as the Knight of Wands, divorces, a prison of the Four of Swords, 5D connection, or the Knight of Wands divorcee, the hostage of the 5D connection, getting over the loss and regret of the Emperor reversed and the Magician upright, uncomfortable with emotions of failure and neediness, of doing things under the radar, with the Empress reversed. She recovering, but he not walking away, because walking away to the man is seen as failure at 612, the Lovers and the Hanging Man. So then here again, brings up the energy of the rape between the sexes, because there was so much of that in our lineage. But having bore the twins through this rape, and Helen of Troy, the most beautiful of them all, to be lured to the other side. At 613, which is the Lovers and the transition, the recent past of the Three of Wands reversed, and looking back, the King of Pentacles upright, withholding, saving, or playing hardball, to share or settle out with the King of Swords upright, who may be out of options here, but to partner up with the Three of Pentacles business, or buy it at the price that was offered, without being able to get them to budge on that. The foundation of the Three of Cups upright, and the joy of coming together, after dissatisfaction, perhaps spoke too soon, or regarding holding back an announcement or decision and needing to swallow their pride and heed the call, juggling, performing, distracting for the crowds, for the Queen of Swords reversed, or one with Aquarius in their chart, perhaps grieving loss of a mother or a grand, or just not a nice person, or bitchy, or nag. The central energy of the Two of Swords reversed, no longer floating and numb, but with a new life and clarity and a decision that's been made, holding on, being practical, and saving the King of Cups reversed, trapped in separation or disappointment and heartbreak, but the worst is now over. The challenge being the Seven of Pentacles, the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, with the Page of Cups up worrying about the Page of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, who are both upright here, offering love, or a pet on duty, or Page of Cups who's always innocent and loving, but hurt when the Page of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles are busy or working and not paying attention to them. And now here's the Three of Swords, the storm at sea, after schooled by the goose, in the downturner, schooled by at the pyramids, the Sphinx. So the Three of Swords in the storm at sea, after schooled by the Sphinx as the goose, in the downturn or twist of fate, with hermit shedding light, or Quasimodo at Pont Alexandre 3, bridging with her lady, Paris, but then Paris set the bar higher. Okay, so there's that energy of changing the rules on them. Death, dark night, and marching right over the bridge, the family, the happy ending, or the Trojan horse getting in, with Libra reversed, Virgo and Scorpio upright, and storming the entrance, not taking no for an answer, or after things not going their way, standing up to the family and walking right over that bridge when it comes to it. Soon, so again, referencing that all back to the Trojan horse, right? If they won't let me in, well, then I'm just going to have to storm the door and come right in and find a way to do that. The Trojan horse. So if you're playing the rules of the game, or you're changing the rules of the game, then I'm going to change the rules too. Soon here is the Five of Swords upright, growing from frog to prince. But he's also juggling 3 while saving 2 for later here. The Queen of Pentacles is bridging via Pisces reversed, the 5D world losing patience, the fallen angel or Pisces and Sag both reversed in a rejection, or the divine feminine, divine masculine jealousy that the King of Wands upright is offering passion or a passionate opportunity to the prince, who may have rejected it or not feeling ready or up to the task. And the King of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community of dysfunction or loss, fully exposed as London Bridge is falling down, stuck or broken. Or the King of Wands stuck while the kids are on vacation, or in need of a car after a breakdown or a trip that was canceled. The twin flames seeing themselves as the 2 of Wands reversed, making a choice but in limbo, having been given the whole truth, causing them to drop everything and or to confess. Embarrassed by lover, or about to break up, or about to break up, or lack of affection, or bumping into an ex, while with soulmate or loving kids, and the Knight of Swords rushes in with the truth or delivery from a place of no peace at all at 6:40, the Lovers and the Page of Cups. Or realizing better tell the truth before 2 run into each other and find out for themselves, or not wanting to fail or fall in front of the ex, or someone who will say, I told you so, but realizing you have to free fall to end up with the soulmate, the best friend willing to receive the truth of the lack of peace that they've experienced, being able to face each other with love after all the pain and or burden, the bridging over troubled water, River Kwai, at 6:43, the Lovers and the coming together. Around the twins is the King of Swords upright, looking back after sudden events, and the recovery from divorce or the breaking contract, the religion, or the fall of a dynasty or reign. The Page of Swords with a message, stepping up to the plate, willing to stand up for, and next to, the Emperor, who's been fighting alone in his war. Or the Church versus State, where the state has won, at 6:48, the Lovers, and walking away and within. The block here being the 5 of Wands reversed, and the drama over, with the 9 of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles both reversed, perhaps dependents or lazy employees in a deception, brokenness, or machine that they broke and blamed on another. The World Series I was just getting, and the world upside down, awakening to end conflict and come clean or get clean with the Queen of Cups reversed. The Pisces, Capricorn perhaps, with truth of overworking and overwhelmed by secret passion, or Pisces reversed and High Priestess reversed, or lack of intuition and knocked for a loop by the devil's temptation, or swore under oath, the wounded warrior defending their actions and refusing to give up or perhaps grow up because they want to be a Toys R Us kid. At 6:53, the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. And again, the World Series was coming up, so it's like the World Series of relationships here. The 6 of Wands reversed, and the delay after dealing with the heated exchange and not telling their feelings, their true feelings, the justice of starting over in love and the need to jump through rings or hoops, and the Page of Wands inspired as the Page of Cups upright, both with an open heart. Where the Page of Cups here gets rescued by the Knight of Wands, who may be standing up for themselves to heal, to dream, and to shine their light, to the Queen of Wands dumping emotional attachments perhaps and moving out, inspired to live their own life at this point. At 6:58, the Lovers and the 4 of Swords. The wounded warrior dropping the 8 of Wands to start over with just one great one. Right? So the 9 of Wands is dumping 8 to start over with one great one. Or the Page of Cups with an open heart, ready to love again. Now, the Knight of Wands is headed back, the Page of Wands is headed forward, and the Queen of Wands no longer confused and out of options. At 7:01, which is the Chariot and the Magician. The King of Pentacles is losing patience and dumping responsibilities with the Knight of Wands, without guidance, in prison, or hiding in meditation, or sleep, or 5D connection, or just lay to rest, or taking a nap before socializing with no choice with the King of Swords looking back or going back, since now they have clarity or new information and challenged by the Divine Feminine's heart, and the little princes need to grow up in a losing battle in separation or disappointment with the world upside down, or needing closure to end a cycle, the truth of the fall under the radar, of blind justice and weakness with the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands without guidance, or divorced and hiding on break, or by sleeping a lot. Looking back at 706, and we started this video, by the way, it was 707. At 706, looking back at coming together, or all the parties without knowing about the heartbreak, and challenged by the Divine Feminine's heart, the twin flames reversed without a choice, but watch the frog juggling three and saving the two on the ground for later, and the King of Swords ending conflict in a losing battle with the world upside down, the Divine Feminine 5D, or Pisces reversed, presenting the truth after Fool knocked on their head and fell with justice of weakness, or the Page of Cups, in their innocence, or justice of the inability to birth a new heart, the Page of Cups sweetheart, or the little lion's heart, at 711 of the Chariot and Justice. And the two shows that were coming up last night was the Catholic School, which was really creepy. I wouldn't recommend watching it. It was very much about rape from high school boys. It was a terrible thing to watch. And then Ophelia was also coming up. There's that Hamlet energy. And the lovers that would never be. Because ultimately, instead of leaving with her, he decides he must fight, right? Stand up as a man and his ego, where he could have just left with her and been with her in love forever together, but he chose his ego over love. And it was interesting too, on this Catholic school, the doors, the ring on the doors at the handles, the pentacle, so to speak, was interpreted as science enlightens the mind. And this was the school where those boys all ended up, either killing themselves or in jail, or, the ones who raped the girls. It was terrible. Okay. Here's the next read, is the 7-deck read that you see on the table. And now it's 107, 37, and 8. If I can get this focused for you. There we go. That's the one on the table now. And so this one was at 8:05, which again, the 8 and 5 are greased lightning. All right, the power of the 8 and the 5 of the speed of change, the speed of light kind of energy, that razor edge. At 8:18 was the 3 of orbs, or the 3 of swords, and then F orbs, which F is, for me, Phi, is expansion, contraction, or staying in the middle, reflecting instead thoughts and words, but orbs is also blind men and orphans. And again, the high school boys that did unspeakable things to the girls that they took hostage, and to have compassion for how they could have ended up in that position. And could you possibly have compassion for that? Can you have compassion for the murderers and all those other people? Can you find that to rise above what they've done? And it's not like you want to, like what they did was okay by any means, but to have compassion, to have understood how they could have gotten to this place of ego of a human in such a negative way. At 8:18, which is the dance of the 8, the 18 of the moon and the purple moon, the blind men and the orphans, and the 3 of swords of separation, heartbreak, and disappointment. I finished clarifying at 8:37 of the dance, strength, and the manifestation of dreams, with the 37 of unconditional love and forgiveness, the King of Cups. And the shadow came up in the underlying energy with the transition or death card. Shadow is the devil. And the major arcana in the read were strength and guidance. Guidance being the Empress, the Hierophant. After the reed was Ascension and the Starseed, which is the World and the Fool. And there were 3 swords, 1 wand, 4 pentacles, and 1 cup here, 31 and 41, which is the chaos of life, and the 41 of self-love, spiritual love, and new love, the Holy Grail. The Queen of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Before the reed was the King of Cups. After the reed was the Queen of Pentacles. That's 66 energy. And the numbers that came up were 33, 44, 66. Those are all the double numbers. 33, the Christ vibration. Standing up for oneself, the 7 of Wands. 44 of the 5 of Cups, of the social worker Atlas energy. Boredom and apathy, but also grounding, integrating, and mastering of the receiving of love. And learning that. And we have 33, 44, again, the name of my business, which has to do also with the percentage of DNA that we'll be using, right? The 3D person using about 30%, rising up to the 44% of mastering. And again, I think it was Cryon who stated that the Pleiades are about 80%. We have 13 here as well with transition, 34 of the 8 of Wands, 46 of the 6 of Cups, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and then 78, again, of Heaven on Earth. The code line was all about adventure, and the number 6 of the Lovers, love, family, and community, and the spiral. Started out with M and T, which is empty, and the Mountie. The empty fool, the seeker of death. Good at union, sharing guidance. You are Advent. You reference. The Advent is the second coming. You are E. You are the reference. The Mountie of 4 of the Emperor, the foolish student. After death, Knight of Union. The 6 of Pentacles, of equal marriage, of the Hierophant, in your adventure. The co-creation of time out, full, whole, and complete, student after death test of union back and forth, with guidance on your adventure, the second coming that you are. The 4 of Swords reversed, and beneath that was the 6 of Swords upright, the King of Cups reversed, the 3 of Cups reversed, the Shadow reversed, and transition reversed. The 6 of Swords upright, the peaceful trip with the King of Cups reversed, the bad influence of detoxing after death, unable to sleep or sleep with, awakening and coming out, about a lie, a split, a divide, reaping and feeling unworthy of that, about how to move on from this, ending a fight with the Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords both reversed, to be free agent, and the Page of Wands reversed with the 2 of Cups out of control, detox, exposed, partners in crime, abusing a girl, the devil exposed, uninspired to connect, to detox and expose the world in order to be free, to the hermit and shed light. On the Page of Cups reversed, spoiled, entitled, manipulative child of the Emperor upright, who may be scrawny, awkward, and without power, without tools. The child of the Emperor who's most vulnerable, right? The power person who's never there for the child. The 2 who detox on vacation, traveling the world free to advise the vulnerable, the insecure, the Emperor's new clothes. The Tower upright, the sudden event, expose sadness due to the child at play, exposing their brokenness, their powerlessness of dependency. With Scorpio and Leo upright and Cancer reversed in the middle here, the dogs are out and yet powerless, or the car broke down and cost a lot at 1014 of the Wheel and that higher love of the Temperance card and patience. At 1050, which is the Wheel and the 50 of the happy family or emotional fulfillment, the wedding, and beneath that the honeymoon. So the honeymoon came first, and then the wedding, or the situation involves marriage. And this 8 of Swords reversed with no more betrayal. No more betrayal or energy stealing to offer new life and needing to heal. Arrogance, judgment, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Aquarius depressed or needing to swallow their pride. The child trying to tie them together. Wax dripping. Cupid overcome. Patience number 2 and change number 5. And the fallen angel here, where the fool is free to announce and decide, to surrender and detox and bring good news of death and heartbreak and dark night of the soul and loss. victory in the war of the heart, the dark cello, the unicorn song, the darkness of the crowds calling for more. But death be not proud, vengeance stayed, noble stationing of the wrath of the maiden, king's maid, prince's maiden, in the fall of Atlas and the rise of Hercules, the daughter of her womb, her story, not his, the Holy Grail's lineage. And that was a poem by me, The Silenced Horn, and that was finished at 11:44, which is my soul number is the Queen of Cups 3811, and my life lesson number is 44:8. And then at 11:45, which is the time of my birth, which by the way my birthday is tomorrow night at 11:45, the heartbreak of the 5D connection of the Emperor powerless to the Queen of Swords reversed, the patient fallen angel, and the number 2 of the High Priestess Divine Feminine, the separation and death lay to rest, the Emperor with dependence, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords both reversed, the fallen angel, the underlying energy of the High Priestess tempted by the Holy Grail, or the boy in the garden tempted by her open heart. Going forward after this read is the standing up to the kids and their deception, the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, in a heated exchange with the King of Swords reversed, post-war, with the King of Wands upright in a losing battle, ending conflict to find peace with weak King of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, or with the Page of Pentacles reversed, who does with a breakup, breakdown, break in, out, or breakthrough, no movement at all at 11:59, the 11th hour before midnight, and the Knight of Cups upright offering love, rendering the sovereign powerless, or the King of Pentacles, older child, proposed to. The recent past here is the Knight of Pentacles, proposal, uncomfortable dealing with emotions of clarity, as the Knight of Wands rushes back after seeing synchronicities at home or union, a message, a sign of Mercury, or stepping up to the plate. The twin flames working to align with the wounded warrior's surrender, to hold on and save and be more practical, even if the 10 of Cups reversed is not happy about it. The foundation of the Page of Cups reversed, who's vulnerable or rejected by the Page of Wands reversed at work or school or church, etc., anywhere you co-create. And the 10 of Cups reversed, an emotional cycle that's so over, or family not happy about their relationship, depressed, not sleeping, or awakening and coming out at 12:06, the Hanging Man and the Lovers. The central energy of the Queen of Wands upright, making a big offer in a twist of fate. At 12:07 of the Hanging Man and the Chariot, the Queen of Wands is looking back, helping out in the downturn at work, or to get their ducks in a row for big love in return from the High Priestess coming together with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Reversed, healing and apologizing and forgiving, the Queen of Wands in a divorce and not walking away. The King of Pentacles reversed, healing between the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Wands, looking in different directions. And now the Queen of Wands is multitasking and offering help to speed things along and receive love from Secret Keeper, or the King of Wands losing money and status, or lawyer who's taking them for all that they're worth. The challenge being the 6 of Pentacles, sharing or settling out, grounding, integrating, and mastering the receiving of love now that the worst is over, but without the tools, or insecure while getting over loss, regret of the Empress reversed. The dissatisfied Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands upright here, the twin flames awakening or coming out about big love at work and receiving love from the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but are both reversed, sharing or settling out with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, who's reversed. At 12:20 now is the 4 of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, and the Knight of Cups offering of love at 12:21 to the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community of the twin, or given a choice or ultimatum. The 4 of Wands, unstable home, fighting and struggle to get out in separation and not getting back together this time. The Divine Masculine's heart settling out, dissatisfied about deception and a connection, of love and awakening to holding on to the King of Cups reversed. Now the worst is over with Divine Feminine, Pisces, or coming full circle with manipulation. The Page of Pentacles reversed, Dark Priestess with keys, shocking or surprising, narcissistic Hierophant reversed with a divorce. Gemini or Virgo, Page of Pentacles reversed, and King of Cups reversed, Pisces, or catching a narcissist with their young student or secret keeper at work. Soon here is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E Tower, after the Queen of Wands wounded warrior surrenders, to juggling with the Hermit or Saggy and Virgo, shedding light or giving advice about deception post-war with the Page of Cups reversed, and Emperor upright with Empress reversed, the Fallen Angel with new information or clarity for decision, or Taurus reversed and Saggy reversed, now clear on deception, with the Page of Cups reversed and Emperor upright, detoxing his weakness, or refusing to see guidance counselor with the Empress reversed or child, with Virgo upright, Cancer reversed, post-war or virus with the Page of Cups reversed, Pisces, Emperor, Empress, or Aries, Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Sag, all reversed, or post-rejection of the Emperor detoxing his weakness or his ego. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Strength card reversed, weak after failure or falling off the horse under the radar release in a divorce, or freed by spirituality, or Leo and Taurus both reversed, releasing under radar, clinging to the King of Swords reversed, who's frustrated with no growth, no calls, or needing to swallow their pride, holding back an announcement, or the King of Swords reversed, Scorpio reversed, Aquarius reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles upright here, offering help or proposal to Atlas lover, or offering to train them, or take some work off their plate, burdened by lover or Gemini in divorce. Let friends help you, passion, and give your relationship a chance at 12:38, the Hanging Man and the Queen of Cups, which is the energy of JC and Mary Magdalene. Feeling weak as failure, yet released at the same time in a divorce, or by Taurus, Scorpio, and King of Swords reversed, blocking calls, offering help, perhaps friends that are being turned down. At 12:43, the Hanging Man coming together around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Knight of Swords reversed, not sending messages after looking back and coming clean or getting clean, cleaning up the act. The Page of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles reversed, not telling about their feelings of injustice, and the Knight of Swords holding their tongue in the past but being sneaky, with the Page of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles both reversed, blocking their energy or communications. The block here is refusing guidance and or divorce. The Emperor with detoxing weakness, or Capricorn and Leo reversed, or Devil Dog, or keeping child and pet apart. The Queen of Wands challenged to settle out in a divorce, with adventure, but even more so green environment and a negative past with the Empress reversed, or falling out and a bad childhood, or difficult kids and a mother. The Three of Swords reversed, healing their heart, standing up to those out in the cold who would come against them. And this could be like your own family turning against you as well. The King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, offering love to big love at work, shocked to find the High Priestess and the Hierophant reversed, juggling or surprising each other, as the Hierophant reversed and the Empress reversed are both healing from the King and Queen of Cups both reversed, sharing with the Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands upright and Knight of Swords reversed, or grandparents who are interfering with the kids. Not sleeping in the fallout with soulmate or kids, the Knight of Wands reversed, lashing out in healing heart and heated exchange with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, Divine Feminine or Pisces or World, split, divided, or all are lying in order to be free and find peace. But, that doesn't work that way. The Empress may be pissed off. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands are going out, or no longer to be silenced about big love at work, and shooing away anyone who's not good with that. The Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles both reversed together on one side, and the Knight of Pentacles is upright though, offering to help Gemini on the other side. So again, the betrayal within the family. Needing strength and deliverance, perhaps honeymoon was before the wedding here, or time away before divorcing. In separation, on break, or laying to rest before the Emperor's upright, dealing with two unhappy females, losing patience with them, finding peace with the King of Cups reversed, not coming due to a natural death or ending of something, on break or laying to rest, of the Page of Cups reversed, needing strength, with the Knight of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles upright, the Queen of Wands upright, challenged by sharing with the Divine Feminine's heart in the E Tower, needing guidance with the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, healing in a heated exchange with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and coming full circle in a split to be free of it at 109, the Magician and the Hermit. Awakening to the King of Pentacles, proposing separation. The Page of Cups reversed, rejection of the Queen of Wands, challenged by sharing or settling out with the Divine Masculine in the Batcave, needing strength and or courage or better health with the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, holding back announcements or guidance to heal, not telling the Queen of Pentacles reversed or Pisces upright, or complete in a split or divide and taking off now to be free at 111, which is the Magician and Justice. So there are your reads. So I'm just going to pull a few quick cards for you guys. And I want to pull a Wild Unknown Animal Spirit card. Let's see. I'm almost done, Teddy. He just came to check in on me. Yeah, sweetie. We were out all day, so he's feeling neglected today. All right, so from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, what is our takeaway from the read today, please? And they all fell on the floor. We have 3 cards here. All right, they were separate like this. Oh. So we have the lion and the crocodile facing off, right? And you can't phase the lion, and the crocodile looks like they've cut off their nose to spite their face. And the cobra's over here channeling their intent. And the cobra comes up as the teacher, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will come. And then here is the teacher teaching them by going through this exercise of standing up for oneself, right? Even to the one that you're afraid of, so that you learn how to do that. So this is a teacher showing the lion and the crocodile, or just the lion, how to stand up for themselves to the crocodile. Because the crocodile will cut off their own nose to spite their face because they're in their ego. It's the reptilian energy. And the lion heart just has to stand there and be calm and allow them to take themselves down. We also have then the nightingale singing their song, The Baby's Breath, to purify the air. Very sweet energy here. And this is also like, you know, the teacher and student here of the cobra and the little one over here, showing the little one here an example, you know, of what not to do, right? By showing them to other people going through it. And when the student is ready, the teacher will come. When you're ready to see it and hear it, right? If you've judged somebody wrongly, like someone in your own family or your parents. And again, a lot of divorce was coming up in this read today. When the student is ready, the teacher will come. So there's lots of lessons being learned within the family dynamic about treating each other badly, or to see the negative energies that are causing you to be at your worst. Because if they're able to get you at your worst, you're not in the right place, right? Because you should be in a higher vibration of love and not letting the other energies pull you down to their level. The whale is here needing a lifeline here, right? They're on a raft. They look like they're, you know, about to keel over. So, yep, the very, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will come, and the students can be very young and they're very old as well. And they may end up standing up for, this could be a surprise where someone ends up standing up for the person they weren't standing up for before, and changing sides. Because seeing what's happening. And again, the energy of the fish out of water being stabilized by the buffalo, who's like the most stable energy here in this deck. Right? Having someone to support you when you're a fish out of water, right? The buffalo with the fish, right? A parent with their child when they don't know what they're doing, or the whale with the nightingale, right? There to support them when they first sing or speak their first words. And here is the same thing with an adult, where the cobra is there to support the lion when they have to first stand up to their first crocodile or reptilian type of energy, that dark energy. And the little lamb and the owl, right? There needs to be a support system here of calm love and wisdom, right? When the lamb is a target because they're innocent, they don't know any better. So they keep coming up like that, right? And there we have the otter and the dolphin, who are really naturally high vibe energy, right? They don't get affected. There's no one coming in to them because they walk in love. And look who they meet up with. You know, whatever your vibration is the energy you're pulling in. So be the otter and the dolphin to pull in the unicorn instead. Okay? So see these examples to see who you actually want to pull in. Then we have the bottom of the deck, which is the elk, which can represent somebody's a redhead or somebody who's a hothead, right? This card represents the one who's a great guy, except if you don't feed him right, he's not a great guy. He can be arrogant and mean and bullheaded. And there's the frog who's just actually feeling insecure in the rain, right? Wanting to become the prince, but not knowing how. And somebody whispering to them. But then, you know, getting that hothead here because they don't know how to react to this. Somebody whispered in their ear, and did they listen to them or did they listen to their own knowing about a situation? Maybe that got them into a little bit of hot water here, right? While Big Brother over here is watching all with a dear one, right? This is very positive energy back here, very profound energy of the crown and the dear one, the sweet one, and the all-knowing one, whispering. But did you listen to your knowing or did you listen to somebody else? The frog out in the rain wanted to become the prince, but instead became the hothead freaking out because they didn't eat right. And just an energy deck card too. Actually, no, I'm going to pull you a Journey of Love card because I haven't pulled one in a while. Journey of Love. All right, from the Journey of Love, what is our takeaway here? Remember, we're letting go of Scorpio energies that no longer serve us as we're coming into Libra now, and then Scorpio. All right. She loves 61, which is the year I was born, with matching age. However, I'm ageless. She loves. All right, we're going to read that. And it's coming out with Distant Shores. Look at that, my birthday, tomorrow the 18th, and the year I was born with the matching age, the 18 of 0 point. She loves in distant shores of the moons, the multiple moons, and look at the moons there too, in the last card of the deck of heaven, heaven on earth, and projecting that outward in the rough seas and the rough air. So we talked about that, being under the ocean and then going up into the air. She loves distant shores and heaven on earth. The 70 of the 2 of Pentacles is the performance of a lifetime. And the cloak that they wear, the 50 of the 10 of Cups of emotional fulfillment, and that contemplation of Jesus, so to speak, in this card. And then we have the energy changes right after that because it's very orange energy. These 3 cards come up next, and it's very fiery energy of the Knight of Cups, of letting the feminine lead the way because she's got a handle on that Kundalini already. The 24 of the Queen of Wands with the space between the words. And the 62 of the choice to be made. It can be a prison or it can be a release. It's always up to you. And the 37 of unconditional love, of fire and ice, of Jesus standing in the middle of the vortex, in between the blue and the red, the fire and the ice, and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and allowing it to come to them and not allowing it to trigger them, to just allow it to play out naturally, right? Don't get triggered by the other. Allow them to rise to your energy. Don't fall to theirs. The Swan of the 67, the Knight of Pentacles, the humble loyal servant and the swan. And remember, Zeus came up as the swan. So make sure you know who you're dealing with as well in the communal dance. Right? It can be very black and white in the underlying energy of the humble loyal servant, which is coming up as the Knight of Pentacles upright in this read, which would be a very humble loyal servant, someone who's very honest. But we all said that story in the read today about Zeus coming as a swan and raping Helen's mother. So we're going to read She Loves. And the first card out, too, is the Lion. So we're going to read that, too. Of course, the Lion is fire. And the only one after the Lion is the Elephant. The Lion is patient, regal, a complete master. The Lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A Lion personality dictates their life, or dedicates their life, rather, to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the Lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the Lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. And Spirit's connecting with me very strongly. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. When they're out of balance, they're withdrawn or too serious. To bring them back into balance, they need daily meditation and friendship. That is the Lion. And then the card She Loves is 61. And bringing me a little gift with 61 of my birth year and my birthday, and the 18th tomorrow, which is my birthday. And then the 70 of Heaven on Earth, the last card in this deck. Of heaven, and projecting that out to others. The 61. Well, thank you, my team, my connections, my mother, father. Thank you. She Loves. 61. Forgiveness is here for you now. Can you partake of it? Forgiveness for your own self, for the times you messed up, didn't love, forgot to trust, tried to take over and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She's here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven. You are worthy of forgiveness, and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself, perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now. You just need to realize it. The poem simply says, the cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year, and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There is peace in knowing you always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder. And I'm just going to leave it at that because that was pretty perfect. Happy birthday to me tomorrow night. I always see my birthday is the 19th though, because I was born midnight, so really it's the day after your birth. So really the 19th is more of my birthday. And the 18th was never a great day for me growing up. It was always a bad day. Not always, but it wasn't great energy in a consistent way. So the 19th is probably much more of a better day to celebrate. Any which way, remember to drink your water, get your rest, get your joy in your nature, follow your own intuition, and forgive, forgive, forgive. Rise and be love, you guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day, and bless you guys. Bye.